In the year 1521, the walls of Belgrade shook under the relentless fire of Ottoman cannons. The sky darkened with smoke as desperate cries echoed through the besieged city. When the defenses finally collapsed and Janissary troops surged through its narrow streets, one of the darkest chapters of Ottoman expansion began. The fate awaiting the wives of fallen warriors went far beyond exile or death. What followed was a system of exploitation so structured and deliberate that it shocked even by the brutal standards of the medieval age. Victory for the Ottomans did not merely mean military triumph. It unleashed a bureaucratic machine designed to transform human lives into commodities. At the heart of this system was the concept of Sabaya, women captured during war. Deeply rooted in Islamic jurisprudence and enforced by the Ottomans with chilling administrative efficiency. Once a city fell, Ottoman officials immediately moved in to impose order, not chaos. Men, women, and children were separated into categories. Women in particular were subjected to degrading examinations to assess their value in the slave markets. The young and attractive were often reserved for the private harems of high-ranking officials or transported to the bustling markets of Constantinople. Older women were forced into heavy domestic labor or relegated to degrading tasks. Ottoman physicians inspected them as though they were livestock, checking health, fertility, and physical attributes. Those deemed valuable were marked and separated. This was not random brutality. It was a calculated system of human cataloging. The journey to the slave markets was itself a form of torment. Chained, confined in carts, or forced to walk hundreds of kilometers, many women perished along the way. Those who survived arrived at markets in Constantinople, Bursa, or Ankara, only to face humiliation in public showrooms. Buyers inspected them closely, examining teeth, muscles, and domestic skills before placing bids. The process was deliberately degrading, designed to erase any remnants of dignity. The youngest and most beautiful endured the harshest fate inside the Ottoman harems. Contrary to the romanticized depictions of later literature, these were not palaces of luxury, but gilded prisons. The imperial harem in Topkapi Palace housed thousands of captives, each struggling to survive in a climate of fear, rivalry, and ruthless favoritism. Women were stripped of their names, languages, and religions, forced to adopt Turkish customs under the threat of severe punishment. This was cultural erasure by design, ensuring that captives became Ottoman property not only in law, but also in identity. Those who resisted faced starvation, isolation, and physical torment until their will was broken. Many succumbed to madness or took their own lives in despair. The cruelty of the system lay not just in its violence, but in its efficiency. Every woman was recorded in meticulous registers: age, origin, skills, and monetary value, creating a chilling archive of human suffering that served both administrative needs and as a display of the Sultan's dominion. The wives of enemy leaders endured even greater humiliation. They were often forced into the harems of the very commanders who had defeated their husbands, a deliberate strategy to crush the spirit of resistance among conquered peoples. Beyond sexual exploitation and domestic servitude, enslaved women were also compelled to bear children who automatically became property of their masters, perpetuating a permanent class of bondage across generations. Forced religious conversion added another layer of cruelty. Captured Christian women were required to embrace Islam through ceremonies designed less as spiritual rites than as tools of humiliation. Those who refused faced systematic torture until they yielded. Once converted, they were legally barred from ever returning to their families or communities, even if they managed to escape captivity.